Tomorrow's topics will be what is page factory, how do we integrate our changes into the framework. So once we build our page object classes, this is what you will be doing today in assignments. So I have sent you the test cases that we have to convert into page object model. So just make the classes, upgrade your test cases from old model. So your test cases that earlier were written in this model, they have to be converted to the new model, and details of that is given in assignments. So what test cases we are porting first, everything is mentioned there. So in case you may have any doubts, just ping me, feel free to drop an email. Yeah, tomorrow we will be talking about what is page factory, and it is very important before you experience, before you read about or you go into the details of what is page factory, it is important to first create some classes around the page objects, and then we talk about the page factory. It will make it more effective. Then we will integrate our POM classes with the framework. We'll take a look at some sample tests that I have automated already, and I'll show you how they are working so that you get a flavor of, okay, this is how the test cases should be automated. And your assignments also, we will see there are some test cases that are not sample that you have automated yourself. So we will compare sample and assignments together, and we'll see what are the pros and cons of any approach. Then we will be talking about some popular interview questions that are there around page object model. Yeah, so tomorrow's our focus pictorially, if we look at, then till now what we have done is we have added a Selenium library to our framework, we have logger implemented, we have configuration piece in place, test cases are already there, but till now test cases were directly dependent on Selenium or on the utility portion of our framework where we are exposing some functions to test cases. So now we are removing that Selenium dependency and we are routing it through page object model. So this piece of our framework is getting enlightened, and by end of tomorrow we will have, I think, 70% of our framework up and running. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Deepak says, had I known it a month in advance, it would have helped me a lot in my previous interview that I attended. Yeah, Deepak, some things in life happen for a reason. Okay, so there were a lot of questions related to page object model that were asked. Okay, they asked design related questions. Okay, architecture of your page object model classes and framework. Okay, that's the question they asked. Yeah, okay, and I'm sure if you would have answered that question, that what is the architecture of your framework, then they would have asked question why the architecture is like this, why not some other way, why not having inheritance, polymorphism. Yeah, so design is a good area. So if you are applying for any job where they are looking for a person who has expertise in developing the framework, or from whom they expect that he will come to our company and he will start working on the framework, they expect you to be having solid foundation in object oriented programming concepts. So you should be good with creating the classes and defining the relationship between the classes. Yeah, that is the design aspect. Okay, so they asked this question, which design patterns you used in the framework. Okay, so now you can tell two design patterns till today we have used, right? Yeah, what are those two? Can someone point out what are the two patterns that we have used till today? Okay, yeah, page object is obviously, yes, so page object is the first. Yeah, awesome, that's great to see everyone is quickly typing in the answer. Yeah, so second one we have used is singleton pattern, and that we have used in our configuration manager. Yeah, so singleton and page object model. Anyone knows how many total design patterns are there? Okay, anyways, that is not our focus of this discussion, because the design pattern in itself is a big area. Yeah, still so there are a lot of design patterns. Okay, that's a question that is coming from Betsy. How many design patterns are there? There are a lot of, but typically 24 is what are considered to be standard. So there are three categories of design patterns: structural, behavioral, and there is one more. Yeah, so these are the guidelines how you should design any product. It's not specific to a test framework. It can be related to any development activity. So design patterns is a set of guidelines which says if you are in one situation that has been observed in many other softwares and this is the solution that has worked effectively. So design pattern says that this is a common pattern of problem you are facing. There is a known solution for this. You consume that solution. That makes it a design pattern. Yeah, some of the name of the patterns are okay, there is one visitor pattern, there is observer pattern, there is factory. Okay, factory also we are going to see tomorrow. Tomorrow when we talk about page factory, then we will see another design pattern which is a factory pattern. Yeah, then there is facade. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Deepak has put 2 more in the chat window. Yeah. So all these are design patterns. Yeah. Yeah, Bhargav, there may be questions related to design patterns, but don't try to fake there that I know design pattern. Just mention that we have used something. These are the 2 we have used in our framework and I'm confident about them. But I know there are more design patterns which I have never used. So that is a better thing to say in an interview, because if you try to fool around and say I know design patterns, then people may grill you on that. Yeah. In case you are confident about design patterns, yeah, that's fair statement to make, that I have used design pattern, I understand in which situation which design pattern to use. Okay, okay, so Bhargav has one such bad experience where he said his resume had an entry, he's strong with design, and his complete interview was focused on design patterns. Yeah, that happens. Okay, so what did you do after that? Yeah, so removed that line from resume. Great. Yeah. So now if you want to put that line back, you can say have some understanding, or you can say design pattern is something that is your area of interest. You can mention it under area of interest section of your resume, so that when people ask about it, you say I am not expert in that, but I have started learning it and I am consuming it in wherever it is possible. So I have a lot of discussions with friends and senior members in the team. Yeah, yeah. So that way it will be helpful. Okay, great. So that is where we end today. Please make sure before we meet tomorrow, you have put in some efforts in doing the assignments and putting up this piece, POM piece separately. So don't integrate with the framework as of now. Just think of porting your test cases and making them work with the page object model that you create. So assignment has, I think, 4 classes you have to design, and then there are 3 test cases that have to be automated using those 4 classes. So even if you automate 1 out of those 3 test cases, that's fine, but your page classes should be completed. So you should create 4 page object classes and then have those 3 test cases, or one of those 3 test cases automated using that. Then tomorrow's class you'll find it will be more meaningful. It will help you understand why page object model is important and why we should use page factory rather than using page object model, and you can easily differentiate what are the benefits of going to page factory. Yeah, so yeah, Deepak, tomorrow we will talk about the differences between page factory and page object model. Yeah. Okay, thank you folks. Thanks for staying this far. In case you have any further questions, please feel free to ping, or we meet tomorrow at the same time. Okay, yeah, thanks Michael, bye. Yeah, bye Betsy, bye Bhargav. Yeah, okay, bye everyone, see you tomorrow.